Good evening, good people, and welcome to we're re-rolling and trying this again. This is the Archipelago Final Fantasy Randomizer and Timespinner Combo Randomizer Tournament. These are the finals. This is game two of a best of three between Hard Rath and KARY on My Wayward Sons. So you can see we're still working through some little issues because we had a problem in the initial seed generation for the Final Fantasy side. So we have completed the reroll. Our runners are actually going right now just on the 10-minute delay. So I am Saracen, joined in the booth by Hate the 13th. Hate, how you doing? All right, so we are getting ready on stream here, which is a good sign of the things that are going to come. We have a forced fighter, a forced black mage. We're going to see. Uh, you probably saw very quickly what the blurses were there on Luffy's screen, but I'll quick read them out to you. It was 15 luck on the fighter, plus white shirt on the thief, plus 15 strength on the black belt, meh, plus 15 MDEF on the red mage, plus 2 level 1 MP on the white mage, and plus 20 agility on the black mage. Of those, I'm kind of leaning towards Thief and Red Mage or Thief and White Mage for the remaining slots. Uh, any thoughts on that, Hate? I may have asked a question while he's going crazy. Absolutely fair. Yeah, so quick double check from chat because Danny was saying that she couldn't hear Hate. Do you still have yourself on a mute block, sir? There's a possibility you have that. Uh,
Ooh, all right, let's hear it for double mute blocks. I apologize, folks. I apparently have having a day where I have been trying to chew on my own elbow for far too long. So yes, to get back to the question, I would take the thief, white mage, fighter, black mage party because it's a good safe party, it's a strong party, and it covers pretty much everything you could ever need.
it does look like both of our FFR runners are going with that exact party, so that looks to be good. We have just over a minute until the gate drop should show up on the stream here because 10-minute delay on everybody, but we're going to be getting going here pretty soon. Again, this is game two of the best of three. Hardrath having taken the first seed of the matchup, which it was uh, it was rough.
It was a dumpster fire. And as much as I kind of want to see a dumpster fire here, I also want to make sure that we are finished with our races on time.
Yeah, that is a bit of a concern. We have something scheduled for immediately after this. So, this is like zoom zoom, please go.
Yeah. And just for those of you who are not familiar, Archipelago in itself is a platform through which you can connect multiple different randomizers into one gigantic multi-world. So you can have, obviously Final Fantasy Randomizer and Timespinner where the items are shared across, but you can also add in Link to the Past, Super Metroid, SMZ3 now, Hollow Knight, Subnautica, Minecraft, Slay the Spire, Rogue Legacy, and I'm gonna be done talking about them now because we about to go live with the actual race.
Don't forget Raft, Factorio. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that's in there these days. So,
Right.
all right.
Wall and Life 2 at level 1. We got the Umbra Orb to start, not bad.
Life 2 being night learnable.
Yeah.
That's real big.
Yeah, and Quake and Lightning 3 on the Black Magic side.
Yeah, this is real solid starting magic. We have Umbra Orb and Aura Blast coming out as our initial orbs here, so that's not bad. I don't mind having those as a start.
Nah, Umbra Orb, it's a good solid orb. It does chaos damage, so it hurts a lot of different things, especially if you are dealing with things in the past. And,
So
you know,
one little call out that I saw in the weapon shop here was a Silver Axe +5. That is a very solid weapon for that fighter for the first half of the game.
yeah, and getting a Star of Lachium from Toph. We're getting a Blood Orb out of the storage chests. Oh, that's good to see.
More chaos damage.
Yeah. The Blood Orb is one of my own personal favorite orbs. It is also chaos damage, and it's a little bit unique in the way that it actually starts from where your opponent is.
Alright, so our Timespinner runners go in the same way. We get an elevator keycard from the princess and some cash off the king. That's nice. And we got a plasma geyser off the refugee camp roof. Plasma geyser will allow us to get into the Yas Queen room, and we get over to that. Also, it's kind of a funny spell. It holds you up in the air, you shoot out a laser beam for a while. It's a boss attack that we get to see later.
Yeah, it's for all intents and purposes Lunea's going Kamehameha!
Yep.
Alright, and it looks like we got the Oxyale out of Dwarf Cave 1 this time.
That's a good find.
Yeah.
So one thing with Archipelago that differentiates it from a lot of different other things is that you can hint for items once you've found a certain number of items within your seeds. So when you have found 15% of your checks in this current setup, you will be able to hint for an item. So up to 6 hints will be available for each player. They will probably not pull enough checks to get all 6 of them, but that gives them a lot of different options. We're seeing a gun orb coming out of Matoya's cave, which is kind of handy.
Yeah, and we're seeing the ship that came out of Matoya's cave as well. Let me see here. It looks like we have the standard route divergence that I would be expecting with these two. Chanigan's heading right to castle, and Admiral Tryhard is going to the upper sealed caves. It's very similar to what was happening with the first match, and well, we'll see how this plays out for him. This can be a bit of a risk, because if the upper sealed caves has a good payout, that'll be, a boon to Tryhard. If it's got Garbo, well, then it's a boon to Chanigan.
One thing I will say here is Admiral Tryhard really is taking advantage of his risks right now. The youth is paying off as he is continuously working on risky dashes and orb swaps to speed up his shooting and movement. That's some gold out of the Wyvern Room. That's, sort of welcome at this stage of the game, but not really a significant find.
And a little bit of cash out of Bicky. And a heal. So that's kind of a bit of a womp. And Tryhard going, you know what, I'm just going to quit out of this because I've got those checks. I don't have to go back to him, and it saves him the trouble of having to walk back.
Yeah, that's kind of the best case scenario here, is he didn't find anything that was possibly useful there for himself. And as long as it's an item for the FFR player, it's going to just transmit over. So he comes out, a little behind on the movement side, but he's got those checks done.
Yeah, and he at least knows what's in them, so he doesn't have to grab those again. Whereas if Chanigan goes for those chests after killing the Maw or before killing the Maw, well, then that's something he'll have to deal with.
Iron armor +5 in the Roka armor shop is pretty nice.
Not too bad. And I saw bracket level 3 there as well. I missed what was it, level 2 black, but ooh. In Viz 2, it's slot 2, level 3 white, so that's going to be, well, white mage locked, but really, got white mages, who cares?
We got the big hammer on Chanigan's side.
A giant bonk. I mean, like such a satisfying clang when it happens.
It has been said that a lot of people have said that the effects of the Colossal Hammer spell and the Colossal Blade spell have kept them in this game. So,
Alright, it looks like we saw Cure 4 and Fade at level 4 white, so level 4 white looking pretty strong there. Level 3 black, well, Brack is the only thing of import there.
so it is seeming like we're a little bit light on the armor at this point for our Timespinner players, which is challenging at this stage of the game. You kind of want to be able to damage boost through some of these enemies instead of, like, you know, actually walking and fighting.
Yeah, fighting is slow. Damage boost better.
And also, when you don't have armor, you don't have the damage boosting to your actual attacks, because your armor provides a substantial amount of damage.
Oh, looks like Sonny found the cube hiding in Marsh Cave 8. That will be potentially of use for him.
I would think that it will be of guaranteed use. And there's a ribbon out of Marsh Cave 7. That's a fantastic find as well.
And Adamant from Marsh Cave 5. Marsh Cave, the pay that plays today. Why couldn't have that been what happened in our race?
So, one other thing of note is there were Pro Rings +4 for sale in Canaria Armor Shop. So,
oh my.
if you looked at Sonny's party, he has those Pro Rings all around. Now, what I think happened is he sold off pretty much everything he had in order to get those at the time. So, I think that's where the Iron Armor +5 went. You know, like there's a lot of good armor that had been coming out early in this season.
Let me see here. We've got a Pendulum for Chanigan. It's a useful early game and mid game accessory. Keeps you from getting poisoned.
I'm a huge fan of the Pendulum.
Too bad it doesn't work for Final Fantasy because, well, Luffy has got a whole poisoned party.
Womp womp.
Yep, Marsh Cave doing Marsh Cave things. Yeah, Luffy finding his cube now. Probably going to get his Adamant and get that ribbon real soon. Wow, and it's even a positive ribbon.
Oh, good.
Not like it, you know, covers a huge amount, but still, it's at least not weighing you down.
So, as previously mentioned, there is a little bit of a advantage that Chanigan has just in terms of not having made those checks in the upper banishment area. It's not very big. You can see that the backtracking, or well, rather the rerunning, if you will, of that space is not very significant, and Tryhard isn't that far behind, but it is noticeable.
Oh. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but the advisor jump had the wheel sitting on it. So that means that somewhere else there is something else for vertical movement.
So as we think about that, logically, we didn't see it come out here, and we know all of the checks that are available to our Timespinner players so far. You know, logically available.
Yeah, so
this has to be in the Final Fantasy world.
Yep. I am imagining we'll probably see a hint for it fairly soon after Tryhard passes by and notices that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that Chanigan is waiting that long.
Yeah.
Phil CKD. So let's quick talk about the Archipelago service one more time. Archipelago is a multi-game, multi-world service. What it allows you to do is to play cooperatively or competitively across multiple games with other people. So in this case, we have 2 teams. Each team has one Final Fantasy randomizer player and one Timespinner randomizer player, and they share items between their games. So there are a lot of different games available. Archipelago.gg is the site where you can check out Archipelago and all of the different things that are available there. We got, Factorio, we have Super Metroid, we have Link to the Past, we have Super Mario 64. There's all sorts of different things that are available in Archipelago. That list is expanding all the time. Most recently added were Hollow Knight Randomizer and Super Metroid Zelda 3 Combo Randomizer. So that's, that's kind of the gist.
And it looks like the Adamant turned into a canoe, and Tryhard did hunt for the sash. I did not see where it is at, unfortunately. It must be in his own game, though, because it didn't show up on the client. And if it were in the Final Fantasy world, it would have shown up there. Right.
So, yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Chanigan still doesn't appear to have hinted for anything. I'm wondering if he's saving it until he completes those checks that Tryhard has already done.
He may very well be doing so. He also could... Okay, I thought I saw Luffy getting ready to dive into Earth Cave, but I guess we didn't. Well, let's see what's in the Canoe Sages. I think, actually, now that I think about it, they're probably both going to be heading over towards...
Volcano.
Yep, and here we find the confused old men. Find the one who's got the stuff for you.
Why did we leave this flag on?
For entertainment of the audience and the commentators, and the Canoe Sage just had some scratch for him. So what are you thinking? We got Light Wall somewhere in Earth Cave is my guess.
Oh, that would be an interesting variety of cool. I'm going to bet on the Armory because the Armory is always where it's at.
Yeah,
Stackano pays out.
That is true. It oftentimes does. Alright. And we're going to be seeing that start to roll out here very soon from Sonny's side.
So what I'm going to guess here, and this is going to be super awkward because there's literally one check that Tryhard can make with the movement tech he does, that Chanigan... I don't know that Chanigan will bother trying, but because of the risky dashing that Admiral Tryhard has been working so hard on, he is going to be able to check one additional place further to the left, across the broken bridge.
Right, and it looks like Sonny found his TNT in Earth Cave. Whoops, as I clicked the
Power
wrong thing.
gauntlets.
And power bonks, yeah. And also Fire Orb.
And an Ice Orb and a Colossal Blade coming over as well. That's pretty big.
And it looks like Chanigan took a death while he was in the Wyvern room.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch. That was a big reset back.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, defense sword as well. Alright, so Armory did have some good payout. Not what we needed, though.
Yeah. Now we're going to see the hairpins, which means that we're also going to get this forced encounter here. That's tasty. That's tasty. Except for the stop. Yeah.
And the glance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is... I mean, okay, the White Mage does have access to Harm 3. So there's at least that. Alright, found
there's a reset.
Yeah. Alright, found a Thor hammer in Volcano. Now, the good thing about about that reset happening is that all the stuff that the Final Fantasy player found for themselves, they're still going to have. Ooh.
So there's that risky dash jump that Tryhard has been working on quite a bit lately, and that's, again, that big find. Silver armor -2 in that chest.
Sash is at Volcano 27. He didn't have the hint points for it before.
Oh, okay. So that's
down on the Agama floor.
Yeah. I would be telling Sonny to bolt downward, but I think I understand the rationale of checking everything possible while still here.
Yep.
The unfortunate thing is, while the sash is out there in a relatively okay place, it's really holding up the show here because these Timespinner players really don't have a lot of things that they can check. Chanigan has more than enough time to go back and check those two chests, but you can't risky dash up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to make this jump
Now,
for an arm cannon.
yeah, it will give him, like, if he hangs out over there, he will be able to get up there, get the vines burned, get all that other happy crap taken care of. Whereas Chanigan's gonna probably head back towards the castle, which, once again, that route divergence, we'll see what happens with it. But
So
in the mean,
I'm very leery about staying here to do divine breaking because you aren't able to warp unless you use your teleport, your TPK.
yeah, well, and that,
Pyramid Key being the teleport item of this game.
and the other thing about it is this is not technically in logic, so if, like, he's looking, or if something is actually in logic that, you know, offers advancement, it's gonna be a big pointed bonus for Chanigan.
Yeah. Donnie continuing down the grand trail of Volcano.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember, Earth 27...
That sounds like an Agama chest.
No, the Agama chests are 22, 23. I think 27 is in the middle room.
Because Nasir.
Yeah. Nope, 27 is in the room that Sonny is about to go into.
Okay.
There it is.
And a katana, which not bad.
Oh, and yeah, as I expected, here goes Tryhard going down to burn the vines. Hey, Bangle, it's Volcano 23. That's not something you hate to see.
Yeah, Talon's Bangle.
Oh no! Luffy seems to have reset out and is, like, he's not going down the rest of Volcano.
He's chasing down his floater now.
Yeah.
Oh no. Except he's not. He's going to ice.
Yeah, and we know his floater, well, is in Volcano, or not Volcano, Earth Cave 15, which is the friendly chest from Earth. So shall we call it. But we see Sonny also has now hinted for his floater.
Yep.
Oh, man. Luffy was hoping to hint for the rod, does not have nearly enough hint points for it after hinting for his floater.
I would be very concerned about hinting for a vanity item like the rod at this stage. Now, whether he knows it's a vanity item or not.
Yeah.
Because you're getting 8 chests and 2 shards for beating Lich. That's, I think, as close as you can get to calling it a vanity item here.
Yeah.
So any time loss that Tryhard may have going all the way back, you know, that's... I think that it's going to be completely mitigated here.
Yeah.
Crimson Vortex, the spell associated with the Blood Orb, it's what you see those darn Chaos Demons using all the time.
So what we're seeing right now is Chanigan trying to learn how to risky dash on the fly and getting an Empire Crown out of Ice Cave, which is, you know, best crown in the game.
Yeah, that's a good item. There's not a lot of good armor floating around between these two right now, so getting the best one for the head slot is very good.
Yeah. I mean, some people will say that it's the second best because there is... Yeah. Oh, there's the sash hint from Chanigan, so Luffy's gonna be dropping out of here real quick, I'm thinking. He's probably gonna finish checking out Ice Cave because this is what burned him in round 1, but... yeah.
So I don't know if you have Chanigan's thing, Chanigan's feed from the text client up or Luffy's.
I've got Luffy's.
If you got Luffy's, then Chanigan somehow didn't have the hint points.
Oh, you are right.
This is no good.
Because Tryhard actually went and got a couple of the out of logic checks to get the hint points for it. Alright, Earth Cave 9 had the keycard D, which is a necessity, or yeah, likely a necessity for them, depends upon where their future start is, or present start.
So this is looking pretty rough for Carry on My Wayward Sons at this point. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see where things go from here. The other thing that I will say, kind of an interesting note, is again, because we have these games all the time on the different servers, we get to see each other play from time to time. And Tryhard learned a new piece of tech from watching me fight the final boss just last night. So there's new pieces of tech to learn from other people all the time.
Ooh, okay, well, Chanigan just got his Go Fasts, which that will open up a couple of those chests that Tryhard had made using the Risky Dash.
Okay,
and
that's good.
That's actually might give him enough hint points.
And the other thing to say about that is that the Go Fast being an ice cave is not a particularly appealing check, right?
Yeah.
So Teleria attachment is what's allowing Chanigan to move at the speed that he's moving now. It does open up some checks.
It opens
not
up
very many for here.
Yeah, it opens up 2. It opens up this one, the Freeze the Engineer, and it opens up the one that is on the Broken Bridge, or past the Broken Bridge.
Yep. Luffy now headed back down into Volcano to the lower levels, so maybe there was enough points to get the Sash hint? I don't know.
I actually didn't see it pop up there, so I don't know, and I apologize for the smacking of my microphone there, folks. I'm apparently just not so graceful today.
It's been a day, my friend.
Oh my, a loot and the floater in Earth Cave. Just right there. Whew.
Which chest is chest 14 in Earth again?
14 is, let's see, it's 12 is the left, 13 is Asher Trunk, 14 is the first one as you come in, and 15 is Earth TFC.
Okay. Alright, so the grand question is, now that Sonny has the floater, is about to pick up the airship, where do you go? I'm thinking Cardia first.
Yeah.
And he just accidentally reset out.
Oh no.
It's okay, he was just in the water, it's fine.
And in the meantime, though, Chanigan has not hinted again. And may not actually need to. Because Sash.
It's a big deal. There
Yeah.
we go. And it looks like Chanigan's going to commit to the stuff that we've already seen Tryhard do, but much faster because zoom zoom.
Yeah. Gotta go noom.
He's also going to be real happy about that Sellen's Bangle. Again, it's just a huge experience boost, and levels in Timespinner are, one of the bigger sources of damage that you can get, and survivability, so...
Yeah, there's a reason that one of the most difficult challenges for Timespinner is Nightmare Level 1, where you are locked at Level 1 the entire game, and everything that hits you for 65 points damage more.
Yep, so... We're seeing people walk crisscross back and forth across the Timespinner Pass. It's really hard to say who's got an advantage at this point because we need to see just how fast Chanigan is able to make up that time. But right now, we're seeing new content out of Tryhard. We're seeing that mummy pack again. In Volcano for Sonny.
Yeah, it looks like he is taking advantage of at least the one ribbon he's got and is going for a grind, and holy crap, I blinked and Bluebird was dead.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's the power of a Star of Lachium and a Chaos Orb against the bird.
Yep.
Alright, and Twin Pyramid Key looks like it was I think it was Alana's attic. I couldn't quite make it out in time, but it's in somewhere in the Timespinner world.
Gotcha.
And now we see Sonny going into Ice Cave. Looks like he was just doing some little bit of level grinding before diving ice.
Tryhard scaring me with his hit points. He just got hit by the arrow and it almost took him out.
Oh my.
He's down to, I think, 13 there. It's really rough.
Alright, Luffy has killed KARY, though, to get himself another couple of shards and a quick way out of Volcano. I don't remember seeing if Sonny killed KARY or not, or if he just vamped out.
I think Sonny just reset out when he finished the chests.
Okay.
Which, I mean, can't blame him.
Yeah.
He was like level 4 walking through that entire dungeon.
Alright, and
We are seeing the twins fight and the idol here from Tryhard. This will go very fast.
yeah.
A bludgeoning orb, and we have a Star of Lachium. It's real fast.
Yeah.
Pause, Empire Crown. Thank you. And
Bonk. I do not remember where that nether orb came out of. I think it may have been Earth Cave. I don't know. But doesn't seem like Chanigan has it yet.
idol goes down. And a sand vial.
Womp womp. I mean, except for the fact that, you know, you have to kill the idol. It is one of the few necessary bosses.
Yep.
Okay, and there is the second ribbon for Sonny there.
One of the nice things that the FFR players can pretty much count on in these seeds is that you're going to get 2 or 3 of your ribbons almost every time.
Yeah. And you're also going to end up with a giant fat stack of cash.
Yes, money is not a problem once you get usually past Elfland, but sometimes you get the real nice money real early.
Yeah, you gotta love when you get the, like, oh look, I'm still in Corneria and somebody has sent me the 65,000 gold chest. Alright.
That was a Gear 1 out of Ice Cave 2. I don't remember if we saw that
Yeah, we did see that one on Chanigan's side. And it looks like the rod is going to be in Cardia, so we're probably going to see Luffy finish up ordeals here and then head to go get the floater out of Earth Cave and then go back and maybe double dip it. I'm not sure. But there is the zoomies for Tryhard as well.
Which is going to, at this point, cement a slight lead for the team on the left here.
Yeah, for Hard Rath. Excuse me.
and some creative attempts at breaking a floor. Gear 2 out of the Royal Tower Secret, which is good.
Yeah, it's a useful thing, and not having to hint for a bonus there. Bane Sword out of Cardia 4, that's kind of a wonderful find. And I blinked and down went the first round of the twins.
Yeah, one of the other things that I think was in Chanigan's pocket, but not at the time in Tryhard's pocket, was the lab coat, which is one of the higher damage chest pieces.
I love my lab coats. Oh, and there is Light Wall in the tower.
That's kind of a weird location for that.
At least it's not in Dad's tower.
Light Wall is one of our infinite vertical movement options. It summons a wall that you can stand on, and it's pretty good. However, we have the sash on both sides, so we're not going to see a lot of it used for that. It is, however, very good as a damage option.
Oh my. So, it seems that Sonny didn't check the top floor of Earth Cave, because Chanigan got the Chanigan got the hairpins from that.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's...
we got a meatball.
Yeah.
Counts for something.
Meatball came out of the top of Struggle Juggle. That makes sense.
Yep.
Now, whilst the hairpin it's another form of movement, it's the double jump for Timespinner. It does make the movement just flow a lot easier when you're jumping over enemies, especially. Alright, and here we see the Alana fight for Tryhard, and he's just taking advantage of the meatball glitch and just tossing Jin Inferno out over and over. So, as you were saying before I cut you off, sorry about that.
So I think the decision not to check floor 1 of Earth was sort of a tactical decision from Sony, because there's a lot of TPK out of Alana's attic. That's right, we had that hint, didn't we? Ooh, oh, it's so rough. So I think that everybody here is thinking, you know, I have to make the play, right? You know, what's the play that's going to get me the win this time around? Because we are down to all the marbles with this one as far as Carry On My Wayward Sons. And Rath looking at this and thinking, man, you know, it'd be nice if we didn't have to go to a game 3. So, you know, it could be that it was just a decision that, you know, these 5 chests are really far apart, and I don't want to do them.
Yep. And you know, the thing was, if they had actually gone to Earth Cave when they were in the area, because they were both over by Earth Cave when the Timespinner players hit that point where they needed their vertical movement, they would have had it a whole lot earlier.
Yep. That's, you know, how that goes.
Yep.
Ooh.
But, you know, I did call vertical movement in Earth.
So, I'm just going to call out here real quick. I'm going to guess that wherever that water mask is somewhere that is to the left here, because we just watched Tryhard teleport to the library. So we have a library start. We needed that D card that we got earlier. We need a B card in order to get to the military hangar area. But skipping over backer room, that's 5 checks there. Skipping over library storage.
That's another 3.
Yeah, and library storage had something. Like, there was something there that got hinted. I think it was the rod, maybe?
No. The rod was in Cardia 8.
Oh, I saw a hint that was for that, though, so I don't know. I'm get a Bleak Ring, which is kind of mad at this point. We have a star, it's a little bit better. Forbidden Tome, it's good.
And there's the TPKs for Chan again, and the giant pile of cash for Sonny from Upper Desolation Secret.
Radiant Orb. Oh, baby.
Alright, there's that D card from Earth Cave for Chanigan, perfectly timed. Or almost perfectly timed, one should say.
As perfectly timed as it needs to be.
Yes. Chanigan's probably going to pick up some warp shards from this Raven here, the
Merchant Crow.
Yes, Raven, Crow, Bird. The pretty bird.
Yeesh.
Just selling as much as he can to pick up a couple of potions. Better safe than sorry on those things.
Note to self. Change Sprite's Sprite with a can of Sprite.
I have been thinking of doing that myself. I am just far too lazy.
This is a dive straight to Zarian land. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, he does have the A card. I'm not so sure about that play. I would prefer to hit the Vandergroth Library and Towers first.
Unless he got a hint. The other thing is he does have a Sellen's Bangle and a Pendulum.
That's true.
And orbs that make it worthwhile.
And we got a shiny rock, some cash, some more cash, max sand, and... Oh, a cabin was the other thing from Backer Room. So Backer Room, not so useful.
Okay.
But at least he was able to sell that shiny rock, so now he can pick up pretty much anything else he needs. And, ooh, Eternal Cove from Sea Shrine.
Yeah, Sea Shrine 23 is not exactly a popular location among most of these lads. Sea Shrine, it has a lot of chests, but
it's the Sea
split.
Shrine.
It's split. It's got terrible enemies. Like, nobody really likes it.
Yeah, it's Sea Shrine. Yeah.
Tryhard taking the quick way back to the mid save because there was just trash there. And that's the 3rd ribbon for Sonny.
All 3 ribbons in their own game.
Wow.
That's a surprise. honestly surprised we haven't seen either of the Timespinner runners hint for that gas mask, or not the water gas mask, but the water mask yet, because...
We saw Tryhard try.
Oh,
I
he
just
did.
don't know if he actually got it through.
And there comes Boots, and there goes Boots.
Womp.
Yeah, 3 hammers later, that's a cat boss that's not there anymore.
Ooh, how many checks exist in Timespinner? I've never counted.
Oh, it's let me see here. Give the voices
sure.
in my head a moment, and I will be able to get it for you.
Yeah,
166.
Okay.
Tail is at Corneria Major. The chime is at Storage Room Chest 3. So I guess that was, yeah.
Storage chest.
That's the library storage rooms. So I guess we did get the chime for Luffy earlier, and I just didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And dude, unknown availability. Congrats on working on quitting to smoke. That is huge.
All right, and Shanigan sent. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That would explain it then.
Yep.
That's a bit on the rude side.
Wow.
I have to wonder if Shanigan also hinted for it when we weren't paying attention.
I have to imagine, because look at him go.
Yep. Oof, man. That is an unpleasant place.
Howdy, Karat.
Right. Man.
So just a little catch up on what we still need in order to finish out the seed. We need a spindle, we need security keycard B, and we need one of our Timespinner gears for the Timespinner side of things.
Yeah, it looks like we need Gear 3 still.
Yep.
And the Final Fantasy players both have their loots, both have their airships. They just need to get shards, is what it looks like. Shards and levels.
So, man, looks like Luffy had a little bit of trouble with whatever that encounter was.
I think that was some man cats, which, ugh, man cats.
Yeah.
No one likes
Was it
man
man cats or cat men?
Either one. No one likes either of them.
That's true.
And if somebody
They're
says they
horrible.
do like them, they're lying. Ooh,
Got a white
Excal
shirt out
from
of the sea shrine.
an Excal from Banishment Secret Room, and security keycard B from Banishment bottom left.
Ooh, there we go.
Okay. Oh no, Chanigan's just going around. I saw him heading towards the exit, and I'm like, oh no, Chanigan, don't leave.
No, he was opting to just do the walking path of that to get out, or to get back to this vertical.
Right.
So that security keycard B is very important in terms of opening up things, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see either 2 hints coming out in pretty rapid succession from Tryhard, or a dive straight at the lab once we're through here. But what's kind of interesting is we have the divergence of, we have Sky on one side, we have Sea on the other. Sea has paid out pretty well, all things considered.
But it has not paid out in any of the Go mode items yet.
Right.
Then again, Sky hasn't either, so,
I think the main thing is figuring out where we are in terms of our shard counts. Which I haven't seen a pause recently from these guys.
I haven't seen a pause that's been, that my slow eyes have been able to catch.
Now, here's the real question is, we do not have a gas mask, which is not technically required.
Yeah, gas mask, nice to have.
Now, do we have the damage to take out the Maw without having to inhale biscuits.
They've got Ice Orb, but they'll be fine.
That's fair. Ice Orb and Star are pretty good.
Ice Orb, Star, Light Wall. Oh, and Radiant Orb, yeah. Admiral Tryhard making quick use of that stuff.
Wow, no laser show from the Maw. That's amazing.
Nice. That's a real nice one. Alright, Chanigan just hinted for his B card and is like, okay, it's in my own world, I guess. I'm gonna go get that.
Well, the worst part about it is he was going to go that way anyway. Right?
Yep.
Like, that was his next stop.
Yep. Now, I have to wonder why he's... Oh, because Maw. Never mind. I was like, why did he go here? I am having a not bright day today. Alright, there's the chime for Sonny.
Download and chest room.
Alright, so that is in the lab in itself, on your way to Blob Mom.
I did not get to see what the hint result was for the Gear 3.
Oh, I thought that's what the download and chest room was there.
No, that was the spindle.
Oh, okay. And Chanigan's just de-boosting through these ones, because why not? Those ones don't really hit that hard, anywho.
Yeah. So Tryhard is a man on a mission, headed all the way to the right.
Yep. Head to the military hangar, get your stuff. There's the B card there for Chanigan. And he's bouncing right back on up to, well, go clear the rest of this place out. Silence ring from close combat room.
So I love the silence ring. It's just not as good as one might hope. It's great early on in a seed because when you get hit and you have the silence ring on, if you've reduced the damage enough, you don't get the knockback effect from your damage boost. And so that can result in some efficiency.
Looks like nothing that good on the giant, or in the military, except for, well, the dragon armor and the soldier's bridge, but that's something you'll pick up right. Okay, B card 3.
Oh baby.
All right.
That is no mode here.
Yep. And honestly, Gear 3, I mean, that one might be a little bit out of the way, but if you are headed towards the lab and you don't have everything already, that's one of the checks that's just right there. Just go in, pick it up, call it good.
Yep. Going the long way on the conveyors to get to this. I go the other way. I'll just say it that way. I go up the left shaft, and then I go on those conveyors, because those don't have the big old squishers.
Yep. I go whichever way, though most of the time if I'm not actively racing, I just kind of skip through the lab, because, you know, glitch through it.
I learned how to do that today, about an hour and a half before this race.
Yeah, yeah. It just makes
There's
things so much easier. Alright, and we are gonna see Tryhard probably just sit back and throw meatballs at Blob Mom, because really, the Blob Mom doesn't like it.
It's true.
And down goes the Maw for Chanigan. It's
So
just getting...
this is a pretty significant gap between these two at this point.
Yeah, let me see. Tryhard at Blob Mom at about 44:20. I think Chanigan's about 4 minutes behind.
That sounds about right.
All right, and...
Which, I mean, is crazy to think that that's like 9%.
Yeah. All right, and Chanigan trying to hint for Gear 3, getting a little bit brain boosted, and going for Wheel 3. Instead, yeah, recognizing it and going, wait a minute. So Chanigan on his way to get his wheel. Admiral Tryhard beating the living trash out of Proto-Dad. This is... spoilers for the game. This is your dad before he actually becomes your dad. So, you know that paradox question of what happens if you kill your dad before you're born? Well, this.
Yeah, you break time, it turns out.
Yep.
And then you go fight a lion that turns into an hourglass, that turns into a dead horse.
Yep. And we saw Luffy getting a great brack on that Tiamat. Looks like Luffy has about 9 more shards to go before he's in go mode.
So one minor difference I want to call out here is, despite Tryhard skipping a lot of encounters in the latter half of this seed, it still has a significant health boost versus Chinigan, and that could be indicative of levels. That could be indicative of just extra max health finds from Sea Shrine. Not 100% sure yet, but that is a material difference at this point.
Yeah, about an 80 hit point difference when your max hit point is 400 versus 480. That is a good 20% difference.
Nice thing about having the sash is you get to that pit, and instead of falling all the way to the bottom, you just get to go whee and go back up to the top.
Yeah, I love I love that. Chanigan taking the even easier route and going, hey, you know what? This excuse me, my brain just kind of derped out on me there. This conveyor belt goes against the way I'm going. I'm gonna freeze time and just go on it that way.
I never thought to freeze time there. I just jump over it all the time.
Yeah, it's something that it's the little things that you don't really think of a whole lot that can make a bit of a difference. And
so there goes a sand lion.
Yep.
Time for an hourglass.
Sandman is ostensibly, the master of this, the master of keeping this universe together from all of the shenanigans you do in this game, from changing all of the stuff in the timeline until he gets fed up with you breaking things. And here we see Nightmare, the dead horse.
Yeah, it's time to beat a dead horse on Tryhard's side. We are going real fast and hard with these light walls and radiant orb strats, which radiant damage is the type that the dead horse is weak against. So this will go quick. We are in phase 2 already. That is the desperation attack from this particular enemy.
And it looks like, get your exclamation
Kaboom!
marks out in chat for Admiral Tryhard, finishing up with an official racetime.gg time of 47:49. So GG's to Tryhard there. And yeah, it looks like I was about right on my 4-minute estimate for Chanigan being behind Tryhard, because 48 minutes and Chanigan's on Protodad.
So, reminder to our audience here today, one of the nice things about this tournament is that we have a composite time scoring for this event. So, your first place finisher, plus, your first place finisher being Admiral Tryhard, you're going to take his time, and you're going to add Sonny Rath's final time to it together. They are going to have that as their finish time, the combined total. Similarly, Chanigan and Luffy will have their times added together. So, every minute that Chanigan takes between Tryhard's finish and his finish is just padding for Sonny Rath. Sonny could finish after Luffy and still cause his team to win, as long as it's less than the gap.
Yep. Oh, it looks like we must have seen a robot chicken sighting, and then immediately noping out of it. Oh no, there's that Warmac. Ooh boy. Making good use of that Life 2 spell.
Good to see a little bit of extra experience coming in on the Bridge of Destiny here for Sonny Rath. Just levels as you're getting ready to go. It's a big deal.
And it looks like Luffy just de-equipped his ninja. I'm wondering if he's going to be trying to kill some people off, because he's doing the lava walk as well.
You know, I understand that play. You know, thinking about it from where Luffy's at right now, you get a couple of levels on onto the knight, who is your intended real caster for this. Get your life 2 charges on him. You can make sure that you actually get out in terms of alive at the end. So if you're just trying to get a couple of levels extra as padding, it's a big deal.
Yeah, though I'm not so sure about killing off the rest of the party to do that right now, unless you're going in for a hard grind. Which, I don't know, I guess he may very well be doing so, which is a bit of a risky play in these tournaments. This flag set. I can word, I swear it.
Going for the red bees.
You see Chanigan also going for the Light Wall Radiant Orb strat, though he's not doing the orb swapping that Tryhard was, and his damage is coming out a little bit slower. That being said, still in phase 2 already.
Yeah, and I mean this is not long for this world. That horse is going down real fast.
All right, get your exclamation marks out in chat for excuse me, for Chanigan, finishing up with an official racetime.gg time of 51 minutes and 34 seconds. GG's.
That is just less than a 4-minute gap. 3 minutes, 45 seconds that Sonny has over whatever Luffy finishes with in order to still clinch the victory here and finish out the tournament. So that's pretty sizable. And one of the things that I've noted here is that Sonny's levels overall have just been a little bit better.
Yeah, whereas it looks like Luffy has now officially gotten into the, alright, I'm just going to kill some dragons and power up my knight, who's swinging a X-Cal +4 or something like that. So, to answer the question in chat posed by Kalinon, what happens if the Timespinner player finishes their game but there are critical checks left that the other player needs? That is actually handled through the Archipelago system itself. When you finish up your game, you forfeit your items, so it just sends all the stuff you've got left right back on out to the world. So you don't have to worry about it.
Here. Chanigan going to where the music's good.
Yeah. I can't blame him. Yeah. It's a real bop in that area. Alright, and we see Sonny going into Topher, beating on that speed bump. That ninja swinging a katana +5 as well, I noticed.
Yeah, like I said, real solid levels across the board on Sonny's party here. So this is looking like it will be a very, probably not easy, but less threatening than normal Topher.
Yeah, well, especially when you've got katana +5, X-Cal +5, and like Masa plus something or other that black mage is swinging, or plus or minus something or other.
Chadbert, Tryhard had finished at 47.49.
Wow, that KARY was remarkably resilient. It lasted like a whole 3 rounds, surprisingly enough. Sonny is just now shotgunning potions like nobody's business. Alright, and time for the Gatekeeper. Let's see how Kraken acts. 361, Brat going out, and let's see, ineffective. Bane from Kraken. Yeah, no one gets taken down by it. Kind of surprising. Well, he's got at least 3 ribbons, so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got an Aegis shield on the fighter too.
Oh, okay, yeah, that will definitely do it then.
So this is the Kraken 2 you always want to see, where nothing actually matters.
And so Luffy stopped by the shop in Onrak and found the AP item for sale there for 17,000 gold. Caravan shop, 10 gold. That's That's
It's
kind
a
of
life lesson.
Yeah, that's a feels bad man moment. All right, and
It's
we
like a 7-pack of feels bad man moment.
yeah, I know, right? Holy crap! And Sonny getting a brack on Tia too.
Oh baby, playing those low odds.
All right, and
That's a good way to save some time in your Topher dive and avoid potential nukes and whatnot.
all right. Looks like we got a defense sword coming out. We've got a fast coming out. Ooh, stop coming out from Chaos though. Lock hitting on Chaos. Okay, but defense sword going out. White shirt's coming out. Thief is at 3 stacks of evasion. Everybody else is at 1 except for the fighter, who is at I can't move.
So, quick shout out to the fighter trying to cast wall on himself before that happened.
Ooh.
Unfortunately.
And Chaos with Cure 4 is his second spell. That puts it at 6 more spells, or 7 more spells before it comes back around.
This chaos has virtually no evasion left.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a hard rolling nuke. That fighter is still just stunned, but Chaos is now back to casting status spells, which the fighter has also been walled. 3 hits, 90 damage, 4 hits, 183, lightning 2. This is getting kind of sketch. Potion strats time. And heal 3. Alright.
Yeah, that was one of the better pickups that was made by Sonny before coming in. Just picking up that heal 3.
Heal 3, the potion saver. Oh man.
So this is getting a little dicey, but the upshot here is damage is going out. That thief is doing things.
And that was the stop, and the other stop. I've lost track of how many spells this is, but if this... Oh, right, well, never mind. Get your GGs out in chat for Sonny Rath and Hard Rath as a team overall, finishing up... Or Sonny finishing up with a 57-19 total. And as Luffy has done, and Shannigan still hasn't... Or still finished after Admiral Tryhard, that means that Hard Rath has won the tournament. And we're about to drag him on in for the interview parts. Hey, GG's, guys. Congrats.
Just add luck, am I right?
Just add luck.
6% brack chance on Tia 2 with initiative.
That was the thing, man. That was definitely a thing. And then you getting that kill on Chaos the round before his Cure 4 came out. Or likely the round before his Cure 4 came out.
I think he was on spell number 7 of 8 in his list if he had 8 spells. Yeah, that was clutch.
Yeah.
There are 3 stops in the pool. Things I learned today.
Yeah. But yeah, GG's to you both, and that was well, yeah, that was good run from y'all.
So, I immediately have a question.
Hmm.
Early BK mode for Timespinner. What happened?
Well, you didn't go to Earth.
Yeah, that's the problem, is Earth 1 actually had the solution.
Yeah, Earth 5 had your hairpin on it.
Yeah, chest 5, so is that one of the lower ones? Right?
That's the top chest.
Yeah.
It's the top chest. Nasir!
Well,
Nasir, why do you do these things?
For us, it was like I sent Sonny to the volcano, and I'm like, I'm at 23 out of 24, and then I remember something. I have Umbra Orb, and I've been practicing risky jet dashes so I can jump across the bridge.
Yeah,
So
we saw a lot of those risky dashes out of you tonight.
Yeah, you were doing those fairly well tonight, pretty consistently. But yeah, if like when we saw you guys were hitting BK, I made the comment of, all right, let's see vertical movement in Earth. And we did. Right after you guys, or after you had faded it and gone over to Volcano.
And then Sash and Volcano suddenly.
Yeah, Sash at Volcano 27. It was a lucky play there.
Well, the thing is that when Tryhard hit BK, I asked, do you want me to go to Earth or do you want me to go to Volcano? and Tryhard told me volcano, because I'm going to go back to left side since I can risky dash across, get that last chest, hint for my sash. And the biggest part of that luck factor was the hint for the sash actually being in Volcano 27.
Yeah, no, that very much was a luck thing there. So
And just add luck, yeah.
yep. And then also finding that third ribbon down in Sea Shrine.
Yeah, since I didn't have all of my shards at that point, and Oxyale, it was a decision between going Oxyale for Sea or going Rod for Earth. I went for the chest density with Sea, and that, even though it didn't have as many shards as I was hoping it would, it still had that extra ribbon to put me at 3 ribbons, which was very rewarding in and of itself.
Yeah, it also saved you a little bit of time over Luffy, who lost 2 of his people to that Bane from Kraken 2. Yeah. And yeah, it was also a kind of a lucky thing that you also didn't bother getting the AP item out of the shop there.
No, I did, but I reset after I got it because I had saved beforehand.
I didn't notice that you picked that up because I saw that 10 gold in there, and I was like, oh, feels bad, man.
Hey, I mean, it's 10 gold on top of the 17,000 that I got back from spending it.
Yeah, but still, spending 17k just to get a 10k return is that's a kind of a sad moment.
Life lesson with a reset, whereas Luffy just took the life lesson.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that being said, it was, late enough that he had like 500 grand on him still, so.
So, Red Celt saying, we need to get off of this accounting topic and back onto the magic and dragons and chests. So
Zerion moment.
Oh my goodness,
Right?
yeah. We didn't see the hint for I didn't see the hint for the water mask, so I was like, okay, why is he doing Zerion? This is a bit of a risky play, and yeah.
we couldn't see it in the text client that we have on screen here. So we were making our best guess, and as soon as I saw you go past the teleporter, I'm like, oh no, really, game, really?
Yep.
And what's funny is because of how much sooner you got the sash.
I'm sorry, I just have to bring this up. Luffy just bracked Chaos.
Let's go, Luffy!
GG.
We're bringing out all the flashy strats for the final race.
Yep. So
Luffy,
Luffy, you hero.
Luffy, you are a hero.
yeah,
Just giving you guys what you want.
that was.
I got Tia 2 initiative. You got chaos. Let's go, brother.
Brax for the win, man. Let's do it.
That was beautiful. But yeah, GG's to Carry On My Wayward Sons.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
may have not won this race, but you still came in second in the tournament overall, which is
It was still fun.
really
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a real good tournament. It was a lot of fun.
yeah.
So Janigan, how about that?
So
cool
Xarion, eh? Oh boy, I'm like, oh my god, a Xarion seed right at the finals. This is perfect.
We had the Lefane seed right before this race, and now a Zerion seed this one.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
What are
Hey,
you talking about before this race? Before this race, we had real dumpster fire of things not working.
okay, yes,
Wow.
but even still, hey,
You're welcome.
bravo.
Carrying hard Rath right there, giving us these dumpster fire.
Yep.
So, Janigan, I do have to ask about that death in the Wyvern room.
I wasn't looking at my screen.
Oh.
I was looking at Luffy's screen and I forgot to check my HP. I'm like, oh well, that's some time loss. That's a time loss.
Whoops.
Wouldn't matter anyway since I was still in BK regardless. So
How long were you in BK Janigan?
not long.
Yeah, you were in
Maybe
BK.
a few.
Yeah,
a
you were-
few minutes.
You were
Tops.
both in BK about the same amount of time. Deciding to go for a different music place, I see here, huh?
I'm just fooling around.
Okay.
It looks like you're trying to clip through floors and walls. So
Yeah, something like that. I'm just fooling around.
I got a question to throw at you, Luffy.
Yeah.
Did you go turn in the Adamant after you got it?
Yeah, I did.
Hey, we made the exact same play then.
Yep. I was like, oh, well, that's nice. Okay, cool. And then we hint for floater, and it says Earth 15. And of course, my gorilla math is like, okay, I need the rod. So I open more chests, and then I'm like, all right, let me hint for the rod, and the rod's in Cardia. I'm like,
Earth 15's Earth TFC.
That's what I just realized as I went there and found it. Right next to the loot, and on Earth 14, which was great.
Yeah, so you were ahead of me going into the air, but I think by the time you had your floater, I was most of the way through Volcano.
no, actually, Sonny, you were in the air first.
Was I in the air?
Yeah,
What?
because you
Yeah.
both did the volcano play first.
Okay.
Though, like, as I had mentioned beforehand, when I saw you were over by Earth Cave, at about the time that Chanigan hit BK, I was like, I'm thinking probably going to see some vertical movement in Earth Cave, and yeah, right I was.
Of course, yeah.
We were trying to decide Earth Cave versus Volcano, and we figured Volcano had more density, and then we went over to Ice, and I think found a gear or something for him over there, which was needed. But it was just like a cacophony of why didn't I go to Earth in the first place?
Yeah, and at that point, I also imagine you had a warp charge when you went
Yes.
to Ice.
A single warp charge.
Yep. I was level 8, I think, going into Ice, but
Yeah.
I went to Earth first to pick up that floater after I hinted for it, and then went to Ryukon. Reset after I got to Ryukon, went back to Ryukon, and got it.
Peak gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh. That was a weird one. Well, weird. A fun one.
That was so much fun.
That was a good time.
Both of the races that we've had, actually all three, really have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have really enjoyed this tournament as well, and I hope that everyone else who participated in this and who got to actually watch it enjoyed it as well.
Yep, waving sadly from fourth place, Bubble Soda Company, your commentators of the evening.
Bubble soda, always carbonated.
Hey, I did carbonate bubbles for you guys.
I noticed, so thank you for that.
Kinda had to. You guys were doing commentary. There's no reason to not carbonate bubbles when I have both of you on, and even still, there's no reason to not carbonate bubbles anyway.
Sorry, I'm also a little bit transfixed by watching, Chanigan playing around and trying to glitch out of this room. Yeah, you can't actually get out. You can't leave this room once that door comes down.
Yeah.
So if you hadn't actually run in here before the door closed, you would have had to spam light walls to get Varndergroth to die. But yeah, anywho,
So, little quick call out because we got to call out our tournament prize pool here. So, with the victory of the tournament and first place to Rath, Rath will be receiving 100 euros because Berserker is European and is fabulously funding the prize pool here. KARY on My Wayward Sons will be splitting the 50 euro second place prize pool. So,
Yay.
yeah.
Thank you,
They're
Berserker.
spending cash.
Thank you, Berserker.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I
it's-
totally forgot there was even money involved, so thank you.
yeah, that was just kind of an interesting thing on this one, or an additional thing on this one. But I do think that as an inaugural tournament for AP, I think this kind of went fairly well. Or I'm not sure if this is an inaugural tournament per se, but I think this was the first tournament they've had that was of this scale, because I think they did something for SGL in 2021 as well.
Yep.
Well, hopefully we can bring it back next year. This was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
this
was
was
a lot
an
of fun.
absolute blast. And thank you again, Berserker, for everything that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I decided to join this tournament at the last minute with something.
Dude, same
That paid
here.
off.
So I'm gonna be completely honest here. I was expecting to get knocked out round 3, maybe round 4, not come all the way to win the tournament.
Well, you did, so congratulations on that. But we're going to have to start wrapping it up because in 8 minutes or so, there is going to be another race popping up on this channel. This one's going to be the Final Fantasy Randomizer in itself with a spring tournament qualifier. So I think we should probably go around for last thoughts. So
Actually, that's in 37 minutes, but yeah, we can wrap
37,
up.
37 minutes. I can do time.
Hey, time is hard,
You good
okay?
today, hate?
No, I'm not. I cannot brain today. I have the dumb. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get some final thoughts. Let's start with you, Luffy.
Well, again, thank you to Berserker for funding the prize pool. It's really super cool of them. Thank you to Hate and Danny and Deadpulse for being part of the crew with this for me, running the tournament. I try to do what I can, but you guys did a whole lot, so shout outs to you, Hate, especially. Thank you to my teammates, Chanigan and Shun Bobby, for joining me. That was a whole lot of fun. RPG Limit Break for hosting us, and congratulations to Hard Rath for the win. And thank you to you guys for crew tonight. It's just big thanks, people, for watching. It was a lot of fun. Do it again. Join the randomizer, join the Discord, and have fun. Bye.
All right, let's go for you, Sonny.
Oh gosh, where to start? Deadpulse, Hate, Luffy, Danny, thank you all for organizing this. Berserker, thank you for all the work that you've done. Thank you for providing the prize pool in this because I remembered there was a prize pool when I wasn't playing. When I was playing, it's like, huh, there's a prize pool? Um, Chanigan, Luffy, we, as well as Shum, we talked so much trash to each other, but holy crap. These
Hey,
races
I,
were.
I told you it was gonna be done in 2 games.
You did! You did! But holy crap, were these games a thing, dude? And
Uh,
just wow. I didn't expect this to happen. So, GG's to everyone that participated in this tournament, and I am looking forward to the next time we have one of these tournaments. That's all I got.
Chanigan, how about you?
Yep. Sorry, I had to cough there and forgot to unmute myself. It's one of those days.
no, pretty much the same as Luffy and Sonny. That was a lot of fun. GG's again, Sonny and Admiral. Like I said, I knew this was going to be done in 2 games. I would have hoped that it would have been the reverse, though. So us winning in 2, hey, can't do everything. Can't win everything. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you everyone who organized this, Berserker, everyone in the AP Discord who made that possible. Also, same thing for Timespinner Discord and FFR. Hey, why not? But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys again.
All right, and Admiral Tryhard.
Yeah. Uh, I just gotta start by saying that like Archipelago is by far my favorite way to play randomizers. Like I've been a fan of like various ones off and on for like years now when I have time, but this is by far the best. So thanks to the entirety of like Archipelago, Berserker, and everyone that helped put on this tournament because this is by far one of the most fun pastimes that I could hope to have. Uh, and yeah, GG's to KARY on my wayward son. You went down like champions, especially Luffy.
Gotta love the Brack.
You and I both pulling out Brack from our back pocket on the final 2 feeds.
Yep, it's so good. So good.
Yeah, and this is why I love it because you get to see you get so much more life out of a game that you already love, and it's 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 truly just something to be passionate about, and I hope more people become passionate about it.
All right, and Saracen, why don't you go ahead and take us on home?
Right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out for this Game 2 Finals, the final match of our Archipelago Timespinner and Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament. Congratulations to our winners, Hard Rath. GG's to second place, KARY on My Wayward Sons in the performance tonight. Thank you all, chat, for coming and hanging out. If you like what you saw, come check everybody out. We have archipelago.gg for the Archipelago service overall. There are 20 games supported by Archipelago, and you can mix and match whatever you want and hang out with your friends. You don't have to play the same thing. You can play whatever you want from that list. If you're interested in developing, head on over to the Archipelago Discord. The Discord, I believe, is linked on the archipelago.gg website. If you like the Final Fantasy side of things, come over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Check out our randomizer. Also, join the Discord. We have a crazy little community over here. We're getting ready for our spring tournament that's got the announcement coming out Sunday night. So if you're looking forward to some head-to-head Final Fantasy randomizer racing, we got you covered for about the next 3 months. And shortly after that, we would expect to see the upcoming Duckling Boot Camp, which is our new player orientation. On the Timespinner side, we do have a Discord available for them. I don't have a link for that, unfortunately. It's one of those things, just sort of it's just in my list anymore. But Timespinner has a Discord and has a wonderful community, a very close knit, and even while we're working on additional features in the randomizer there, the Bodhi, the creator of Timespinner, is working on Timespinner 2 and is looking for feedback on that as we go forward. So check out all of the great communities here. Check out all the great games. And thank you, everybody, from the racing side of things, Chanigan, Tryhard, Luffy, Sonny. Thank you, Hate, for joining me in the booth tonight. And thank you, Math Girl, for doing the tracking. Very much appreciated. So with that, I'm going to bid y'all a good night. Have fun, good people.